Koya.
Hello, my name is Carson Solberger, and I'm a local real estate agent for Boumbo. I'm here to talk about our city. Boumbo is located on the western dry forest region of Madagascar. Boumbo is also in the year 2250. We chose this location for Boumbo because of the low level of development and the lack of variety in transportation. Boumbo is named after its founder, Jacques Boumbo. Boumbo has a traffic rate of 5 to 10 minutes and is a prime example of effective and clean transportation. Boumbo also utilizes 5 main energy-efficient types of transportation. On the transportation note, here with me today is Dr. Matt Blair, a mechanical engineer specializing in propulsion and energy generation. I also have Marshall Kuhn, PhD, an electrical magnetics engineer specializing in linear induction. And they will take you further into Boumbo's variety of transportation. By the way, what they're about to tell you is not magic.
Hi, my name is Marshall Kuhn. Just as my colleague Dr. Solberger said, I am here to talk to you about the Hyperloop. The Hyperloop is our mode of transportation and is also one of our moving parts. The Hyperloop is based on propulsion with a linear induction motor. A linear induction motor, as pictured in our graph, uses magnetics to not only propel but levitate the pods and allow it to reach speeds of up to 4,000 miles an hour. You can go any place in the world in under 3 hours. Here is Boumbo, located on Madagascar, with projected routes of different Hyperloop tubes going to all 7 continents. Pictured here is a Hyperloop, 2 tubes for one each direction. On the top we see solar panels, which make the Hyperloop an entirely green machine, which means there are no emissions involved. It is also affixed on an elevated base for farming or other modes of transportation to be conducted below. In this picture, there is a typical Hyperloop station. We see passengers loading and unloading out of the pods and then being deposited into the tubes. Speaking of stations, here's ours, and here comes a pod now. After passengers load, it will be shot back the same direction. Back to this graph. This is a typical Hyperloop pod. We see the linear induction motor and 28 seats for passengers to ride on. In this artistic diagram, we see a picture of a Hyperloop with the happy passengers inside and the linear induction motor. We also see the Hyperloop compared to other modes of transportation, and we notice that it is on the top, meaning that it is one of the fastest modes, only beaten by a supersonic jet. This chart demonstrates energy per capita that is needed to move passengers from place to place. In this instance, Los Angeles to San Francisco. We see ancient modes of transportation being demonstrated, such as the car or the motorcycle. However, on the bottom, we see the Hyperloop, meaning it is the most efficient mode of transportation. The next is the Tesla Model S, a fully electric car, so we know that it is very efficient. Plus, you can even bring your personal Segway along with you. Speaking of Segways, is Dr. Blair.
Right. First, there is the main power source of Boumbo. It is sonic power, or the conversion of sound energy, sound waves, or sounds into power. We've enhanced it to where it takes even small nightly sounds and turns it into power for people to use. On the transportation note, there are Segways, which serve relatively the same purpose as cars back in 2014. Although these are completely clean and are for everyone to use. You don't have to rent or buy them. They're just there. Now, if you want to go from building to building, there's the low-speed urban transport, or ELSA, if you will. This runs completely on renewable energy resources, such as our main power source, sonic power, and solar power. It is mainly used for getting between buildings. Next is the subway, which is relatively the same purpose as the Hyperloop, but for smaller distances of travel. This is mainly for intercity. Now, if you want to move between continents, I suggest the Hyperloop. We also have They have a renowned space center, pardon that launches rockets every now and then. Hold on guys, rocket launch! And that was a rocket launch. It uses the same type of propulsion on launch off as the Hyperloop. These shuttles usually carry cargo for trading with other planet civilizations that we've set up, and to transport humans to other civilizations or to explore deep space. Once in space, it uses ion propulsion to move around. If you're exploring deep space, we have a space station on the edge of the solar system where we'll create a stabilized wormhole for you to travel through. Mrs. Wolberger?
Boumbo has three main sectors or districts: the technology district, the business district, and the residential district. There are very important buildings in all districts. Here we have the Apple manufacturing plant and headquarters. Notice that we are currently on iPhone 5032C. We also have the Octagon, which is the military and science research center. And we have the French's Onions headquarters. In the business district, we have the Madagascar multiplex and transportation hub. It is where all of the transportations of Boumbo meet into one mall. We also have the Toblerone Emporium. In the residential district, we have our small egg-shaped homes and the Hillston Inn and Suites. Notice that the egg-shaped homes are big and house roughly 80 apartments. In conclusion, Boumbo is a very tourist-friendly and transportation-friendly city. We hope you can drop by sometime. I'm selling some pretty cheap property on the west side, if you know what I mean.